Seriously, USDA needs to pick a consistent position here. If you want to take a victory lap for American success, great. But then don't say we are cutting the player development budget. We're not responsible for building champions. So what he is talking about here is that I don't know if you're aware of this, but 2024 there were less pro tournaments than 2023 in the USA. And that
Okay.
was on purpose because they cut the professional budget for tournaments. And I think the reasoning for that was that the USTA believed that it wasn't working. Like having all these tournaments wasn't aiding in creating. I don't even know what their main goal was. I don't know if it was having a certain amount of players break through, or I don't know if it
Mm.
was to get a Grand Slam champion. I don't know what their end goal was, but basically they believed that it wasn't working. And then the discussion that we had today was that this week in France, there's Cassis Challenger and there's a 25 plus age.
Mm.
Next week is Rennes Challenger, there's a 25 plus age. Then the week after is Saint-Tropez, and then it just goes like Challenger, 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 Challenger. I think it's like, what do you say, like 15 in a row or
There's
something? It's
yeah,
like,
there is maybe eight, but total in the year there's probably close to 20. Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then there's also futures in France these same weeks too, in some
Yeah.
of the weeks. So like this, and I know that happens a little bit in the US too, but I've never seen this many challenges back to back to back in the US. So why would the US decide to take away playing opportunities, and France obviously is just giving so many opportunities to their players, like
Yeah. No,
so
that's
Yeah,
why
it's the
the
same in
good
other countries too. Like you have it in Italy. You have a lot of
Italy,
guys coming through now
they've been
because they
doing a
have
good job with
challenges all
that.
the time and futures all the time. I know that Portugal has a lot of tournaments as well, a lot of 25s, 15s,
Yes.
and challenges. So I feel like, I mean, it's the best way to get your players better. They get from a young age, they see a high level of tennis, and then they get to, as they go through the rankings, they get to play these events and feel the level, and they get to play week in, week out. They get to save money, so they can play within their home country. And some of these countries are smaller than the US, so like you can take a train or you can drive 2, 3 hours to
Exactly.
different
Yeah.
tournaments. You get to stay at home with your family. I
I think
think, yeah,
it's one of the thing in the US. Like sometimes they're not building things as swing. Like
yeah.
yeah,
you've got to travel so far. So like you say, okay, like I'm going for the US swing, and my friends like that plays double Lucas Sanchez is like like as doubles player, you try to save money sometimes, and is like playing in the US is like it's not a US swing, it's like playing in Europe. Like it's just one here, one here, one here. It's so costly
mhm,
and it doesn't help. So yeah, when you see, I think the perfect example in the recent year in Italy, how many young Italian guy in the top 200, it's amazing. Like
Yeah.
20 under like
I
23 years
mean,
old.
you would think that
And
they
it's just
just
have so many
yeah,
challengers and they
they
get opportunities every
yeah, they
week.
just give themselves the best chance by giving their players
Exactly.
the most
Yeah.
opportunities to play,
And you
and
play, as you said, you play at the higher level, and you've got to adapt to that level, so you naturally improve just because that's your daily life. Like the next week you're gonna play a guy that is 150, you gotta be as consistent as the guy.
Thanks
it's
so much
pretty
for watching
interesting.
this clip. The link for the full episode will be down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes.